Hi, Ed Holmes, President of Western Artists of America, welcoming in Judith Durr, one of our newest members, and love to have you in the group. Welcome.
Thank you. This is a true honor.
Well, thank you.
To be a part of Western Artists of
It's an
America.
honor for us to have you in the group.
It is an exciting group. The artists in it are phenomenal.
We think so. You're a major compliment. Before you go any further, there's a little story I want to bring up, okay? As president, it's one of my requirements, if you will, to find certain artists with certain subject matters and certain categories to kind of balance out the whole group. And I've been just pulling my hair out the last few years to find a really good still life artist. And here a couple months ago, I got a call. Well, not even that long, maybe about a month ago, I got a call from our public relations man, Doug Collins, DM Productions, and he says, "Hey, you know, I got some great people you need to meet. They're they're both artists, but Judith Durr's her name, lives out here in Cave Creek, Arizona, and does still lifes." Well, that was it. He said, "Oh, by the way, she had an article in one of the trade publications, Western Art Collector, in the May 2008 edition." Well, that's it. I said, "Stop, halt." And so, of course, I run back to my pile of Western Art Collectors, and sure enough, find the article on you right away. I'm going to find it, right? And just pops right up when you need it. And sure enough, there you are.
Thank you.
Judith Durr, right there, in some of your beautiful work, you know, on the Native American, you know, of the Southwest that you use the rugs, the pottery, you know, and
My trademark.
Yes. Tell us a bit about that. Now, you were Native American yourself.
I am.
Okay.
My mom is Choctaw and Cherokee, and she was a beadworker.
Ah.
I grew up enjoying the beadwork, and part of my mom's beadwork was the inspiration for my work.
Okay.
And then living on the Navajo reservation as a kid growing up, the rugs were very important to my background.
Oh yeah, they just did tremendous things.
I had looked around all over the country, and there was no artist in the United States using a rug background the way I was wanting to do it.
Okay. Now, just, you know, how long ago was that before you started?
1991.
Okay, getting kind of serious about
Right.
doing
I had done
something
a
along
lot
these
of
lines?
Western. I had done a lot of portraiture,
Okay.
and there's not anything landscapes. A lot of clients like what I did with my landscapes.
Good.
But I wanted to do something with my heritage,
Right.
and that was very important to me. And so I use all of the pottery. The collection that we have in our studio and our home is filled with all of the artifacts that I paint from.
You've got an extensive collection.
Thank
Tell
you.
us a little bit about these right here, these little moccasins right there. Well, these are almost treasured little things of
These are my
antiquity
biggest
almost.
treasure. I
Right,
think
okay.
of all things. These are, to me, they're priceless.
Okay, I
I
can see
bought
that.
them in Taos, New Mexico.
Okay.
They are Delaware moccasins.
Delaware?
Delaware.
As in Eastern Indian
As
Delaware?
Eastern
okay.
Indian.
What's the circa what? What's the time period on these?
1800s,
Whoa.
early 1800s.
Really?
This is a pair that first caught my eye when I was doing an art show,
Okay.
and I needed a break from that art show. We've been there a long time. And this pair I purchased in Taos, New Mexico at a collectible shop. And I was so impressed with the beadwork because my mom's beadwork is more Cherokee, the medallions, the stars,
Sure.
very geometric, where these were woodland Indians.
Right.
And this woodland Indian design was something that just was so impressive to me. I hadn't seen anything like it.
Well, these things are almost the point of where they should be in a museum.
These things right here are absolutely museum quality.
Yeah, they did really
And you
are.
can see the beads and how detailed they are. They're old trade beads.
Oh, okay.
And there wasn't very many people who could tell me much about Delaware. These
Sure.
were documented Delaware, but I have Iroquois and Delaware pieces.
Okay.
And the difference was a tulip design.
Oh,
All
okay.
Native Americans have the tulip design, or have certain signatures with their
Sure.
design work.
Right.
And the woodland design here all has
That's very
roses.
unique. You won't see that in the Southwest.
You
These
will
are
not.
Like these little, papoose little baby ones are from.
These baby
or it's
ones.
real small.
As you can see,
One of the
these
two.
are in my painting.
Right.
And I do a 12-layer oil painting,
12 layers.
12
okay.
layers. And the subject matter that I use, you can see the beadwork and you can see the leather, and it's all from the collection that we have here at the house, or from friends. I've got some great friends in museums that loan Roger and I a lot of work.
Yeah, I was impressed with your
Thank you.
collection. I
Thank
would
you.
have signed you up just to have you around us. It's amazing, amazing
The
stuff.
collection is absolutely one of the inspirations because
Right.
these are the Native American people that I work with. That Roger and I go and we do a lot of shows, and these are people that are really talented and have a lot of history behind them. So I try to learn the stories, the history, document things, and then try to let people know, because when I do my paintings, it's all history.
Right.
It's all documentation.
And along those lines, you've got a piece here that that shows some of the layering, because it's almost dimensional, especially with the beadwork on there, and which makes it really stand out, very unique.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The beadwork that I started doing, there was not anyone doing this type of beadwork. I was looking at artists that were in galleries and museums, and a lot of it was flat.
Right.
And I didn't want that. I wanted dimensional. This is what I grew up doing. This is what my mom taught me. My son does beadwork also that I work from. And I like the dimension. And I wanted realism. And so when I do my paintings, it's the realism. I want you to be able to pick it up, want to touch it in the painting, and that's the uniqueness of my
Makes
work.
a big difference, doesn't it?
It does.
Sure. How about your patrons, when they see that for the first time, what are some of their responses? Because it almost looks like you've actually placed beads on there. Yeah, I know it's not, it's layers of paint.
Impressive.
Yeah.
People come up and you'll see them. They'll kind of look around and be hesitant, and they'll reach out and they'll want to touch that fabric
Sure,
because they're
sure.
not sure if it's fabric. And then the beads, that catches them.
Sure.
And in certain lights, the beads, you can actually see the dimension.
Sure, sure.
And they'll come up and they know better than to touch an oil painting. Most people are very respectful. But every now and then you get someone that just can't
help it.
help
Yeah,
it.
it's right there.
And they just want to flick,
Well,
just want to touch.
yeah, it's wonderful. You do great work, and we're just happy to have you in the group.
It is.
You're
It's
gonna
such
do
an
really
honor.
well.
It is
Yeah.
such an honor.
Yes, and when I see Doug Collins again with his 3-year absence and all this, but I will thank him very much of telling me about you, because it sure solved a lot of headaches for me. It's tremendous. Good
Thank
to have you in
you.
the group. Judy, welcome to Western Artists America. Good to
Thank
have you
you,
here.
Ed. It's my pleasure.
My pleasure.